been thinking, y'all. I'm always thinking, but I've been seriously thinking about just being single the rest of my life because I've been single for a while, for about 3 years, and I've dated since my last serious relationship. So I've dated like, several guys here and there, just like kind of meet and greet kind of thing. But I haven't really been involved with anybody seriously. And I've been thinking like the single life isn't that bad. And honestly, it feels less stressful than dating or like being involved with somebody in a serious relationship. Because the benefits of being single is that you only got to worry about yourself. As long as you take care of yourself, you hold yourself down, do what you got to do, whether it's school, work, entrepreneurship, you got your own business. That's all you got to focus on. And even with that, if that's all you have to focus on, it's even better because your attention is really like all of your attention you can devote to that, as opposed to in a relationship or like if you're a partner or married, you have family, kids, you gotta like it's too many things you gotta worry about, right? Too many things you gotta divide your attention towards. And I don't know if I want that. Let me know what you guys think, but I think for me, I think I've just been enjoying the security of being single because the thing about dating is like, the biggest issue, right, is just trust. Trust, right? And then people like taking advantage and being disrespectful and violating your trust. I don't think I want to deal with that. I just don't think I want to deal with that. I don't want to even put myself in a position where I have to even worry about the possibility of something like that happening where a person violates my trust. Because I protect myself, and I think everyone, if you care about yourself, if you love yourself, then you're going to guard your heart and protect yourself. And granted, yes, there are couples who have been involved with each other for a while or years, and they have a healthy relationship. The woman has never violated the man's trust or cheated, and vice versa. And they live happily ever after. That happens, right? And this is the thing. So I don't want you guys to confuse me having the issue with fear of being hurt versus like going through challenges in a relationship. I'm okay with dealing with challenges, right? Because that's going to happen. That's inevitable to deal with conflict in any relationship. It's bound to happen. But my thing is just, listen, betrayal. Like, I'm a very loyal person. And if I am committed to you, I'm committed to you. I expect the same level of commitment back. And oftentimes you just don't get that. You don't get a person who is loyal. People don't value loyalty anymore. And you just can't trust people to do what they say they're going to do or be who they say they're going to be. Everybody is just living life how they want to live on their own terms. So I've just come to the decision that I think I'm just going to be single. Be a single woman the rest of my life. Now, the thing about kids, because I don't have kids, but of course I desire kids, and I'm 36 years old, and I'm like, damn, but what about having kids? What about the fantasy of, like most women imagine themselves being swept off their feet by Prince Charming and falling in love and getting married and having a family and kids. And I'm just like, I think I'm over that, to be honest, because that ain't even realistic. That is not realistic. It's not gonna happen. And I take pride in who I am. I value myself. I value the woman I am and the woman that I'm developing to become. I I appreciate myself so much to the point where I feel like nobody else can appreciate me the way that I appreciate myself. I've come across men that value me, but for me, I have a different understanding and a different desire for a man that I think is probably not, I don't know if it's not natural, but it's not common. Like, I've made a post on my Facebook that I don't want a man to just want me. I want a man to need me. And I even made that a part of my profile on the dating app, where I said that, and like, I think some people are like thrown for a loop. They're like, what? And some men are like, oh yes, I can need you. I need you, baby. And I'm just like, no, no. You need sex. You don't need me. It's a difference. And that to me is a turn off. Like, speaking of sex, like when men just, you can tell like men obviously have their needs. And don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with having sexual needs. Being a sexual being, embracing your sexuality. I embrace my sexuality. But if that is the only thing that draws you to a woman, that draws you to me, that to me is a turn off. I don't need you to just need me for that, because I feel objectified. If you're focusing on sex and you're talking about how your dick is hard, like, you can use any woman for that. How does that make me feel special if you're just talking about, oh, you can come and help me with my erect penis? Any woman can come and help you with your erect penis. Women want to be, people, not just women, but people want to feel special. So dealing with stuff like that, and goes back to what I'm saying. Just the whole thing about trust and security and respect, to me, goes a long way. And the slightest disrespect, I'm quickly turned off. I think this is what I have: zero tolerance. I have zero tolerance for bullshit, man. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, but we make mistakes, yes. But you better recognize the mistake you made and correct that shit immediately. And if you don't recognize it and I point it out to you, you better correct that shit immediately. And I mean correct it. Like, that shit better not ever happen again, because I just have zero tolerance for bullshit. We too old. Too old for this, man. Know what you want. Make no mistakes about it. And don't create confusion. So, imagining the life, just being single, living life on my terms, and going about things how I want to go about things, And not to say I can't date. Single people can still date, but it's just no expectation of like a commitment. I'm like, And this is just things that I've been exploring, just been thinking about. But I'm like, okay, if I do that, then what about the sex part, I don't want to just be opening myself up sexually to different people, which it could be good to do that. I mean, it's an upside and downside to everything, right? So it's not all bad to, sexually explore with people that you feel comfortable with, people who are healthy. Of course, you're gonna make sure they don't have any STDs and stuff like that. That's already a given. That is not necessarily bad. It's not really bad if you think about it, because the opposite of that will be choosing one person, right, and being with that same person forever, and it's just like, that can be boring. Maybe I don't really want commitment. Maybe I don't really want to be with just one person. I mean, I kind of already know that I'm interested in polyandry, where I can have multiple husbands or multiple partners. Not sexual, but in terms of building a family. Some people get that shit twisted. They were like, oh, you want multiple men, huh? Like, you want to have a threesome. No, sweetheart. Even though having a threesome wouldn't probably be a bad idea. It'd be very exciting. But that's not That's not fulfilling, you know? That ain't it. So, dealing with just not feeling secure. I'm secure within myself, but it's just having a security in dealing with other people, man. And men and motherfuckers be lying, they be doing their own shit, and I'm like, hey, you do your own shit, I do my own shit. But what's the hurtful part is that when you put your all into something, a relationship, and you're committed, right? You giving your 100, and then somebody else is putting on the facade as if they are in it for the long run. They're committed. Oh, it's only about you, baby. And then meanwhile, behind closed doors, while your ass at work or doing something else, they got their motherfucking shit in somebody else. That's just like, nah, I can't deal with that. Not to say I have dealt with that, but I've kind of dealt with like situations where it felt like something like that, similar to that. You know, and I don't even let myself. That's the thing. Like I guard my heart so much that I don't even let myself get nowhere near close to that. Right? Like if I have an inkling or I have any type of instinct or something tells me like, okay, this ain't right. Something like I cut that shit off. Like fuck that, man. And I feel like, yes, that's where trust comes in. And with trust is communication, man. You gotta communicate. You gotta be open. You gotta be consistent. A lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't consistent. So I think the single life is calling me. And it feels good. It feels like I have ownership. I have control. I met somebody recently. And this is a nice guy. He's attractive. No kids. And I felt like our energies connected. Like I felt he could be the one, but then I told him like in our interaction, I'm like, he knew I was hesitant. He saw that I'm like resistant. I'm hesitant. I'm just like, I just don't try. I don't feel secure. I just don't know you like that, you know. And I'm gonna be guarded, and I need you to accept me being guarded. And I believe this is my strong belief that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Because you'll have some men that say, oh, I'm not going to sit up here and fight through your guard. I'm not going to break down your guard that you have around your wall. It's not about you trying to fight through anything. It's about you just being. And I know for sure that when a person wants or desires something or someone, they will wait it out. Y'all know this to be true. People do it over materialistic things. Over a car that you want, your dream car, your dream house, or dream vacation, or whatever it is materialistic. People will stick it out and wait and put in a lot of effort and energy towards acquiring whatever it is they really desire that's materialistic. So if people can do that for materialistic things, why wouldn't they do that for somebody that they got their eyes on, that they feel like might be the one? So that's how I feel. So if a guy is really feeling me, digging me, and he's like, damn, I want her, like, and not even talking about for sex, but he really want me in terms of a partnership, I feel he gonna wait it out. He gonna put in that effort and energy. And honestly, that turns me on when a guy's willing to do that. When I see that a guy is willing to put that much energy into to building something with me, then I will reciprocate. You'll see me reciprocate the same energy. And I'll invest. But he gotta put his foot forward before I put mine forward, though. I feel like that's where that whole hierarchy, in terms of a man taking a lead, comes in. I will follow, man. I will follow your lead in any direction. So if you're putting your best foot forward, I'll follow your lead in that. And if you just like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm gonna follow your lead in that. And I'm just gonna be like, fuck it, I don't care. I've done that, you know? I match your energy, man. And then I let go. If I realize that your energy is not taking me anywhere, I let that shit go. Because I'm not going to waste my time. So, yeah, I have a heart to love. I'm not immune to falling in love. In fact, I want to fall in love. And I find myself sometimes coming close to doing that. But I catch myself. I gotta make sure that who I give my heart to, because next time it's gonna be worth it. Until then, my heart belongs to me.